You know, Leaves, there is no feeling in the world, in your life really, like your first start in college football. Obviously, Josh Jackson's got a lot of butterflies going through him right now, but he comes from a football family. His father, Fred, a longtime assistant coach at Michigan. But you see, the first freshman to start since a Michael Vick. He can't put that pressure on himself. He just has to play his game.
And he's passing on first down. See if they give him a safe completion. And they do. To Cam Phillips. Hakeem Bailey on the coverage there. And you know Josh Jackson, when he's out there, he's got a big piece of Fred with him. And it's much more than just the number 17.
Yeah, he wears the number 17 for his dad, Fred. There's Fred. I asked Josh who was going to be more nervous for this game, Josh or his dad. He said by far his dad.
Second down and 6. After the short confidence-building completion.
The 17 was Fred's number when he was a quarterback at Jackson State and wasn't able to play quarterback in the NFL. And Josh wanted to honor his dad by wearing his number, playing quarterback.
Fred thought he deserved a better fate. Here's Jackson going to keep it to his left, and he'll lose a yard on the play. Toyus Avery came up to make the stop. And what they were concerned about the coaching staff of the young quarterback was they want to protect him from 3rd and 12. Keep him out of those spots. And, all right, it's a little more manageable. Here's 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I love the first down call. Quick out, get him into some rhythm, and get ahead of the sticks. And this is a manageable 3rd down situation. I was impressed with the demeanor of Josh Jackson. We talked to him this week. Very calm, collected, very smart quarterback.
3 receivers, bottom of your screen. Jackson's all alone in the backfield.
Yeah, you see him right now checking at the line of scrimmage, reading the defense.
5 on the play clock. Gets it away. Jackson will throw, batted up in the air, and nearly intercepted. Xavier Preston got the big arm up there to knock it away, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
One of the things you try to do to a young quarterback is bring a linebacker up. There's Preston right there. He acts like he's going to rush, but then he pops out. And quarterbacks sometimes lose vision on those guys, and Jackson never saw Preston. Lucky it wasn't intercepted.
Oscar Bradburn back for his first career collegiate punt. One of the Australian kickers flooding into United States college football. And so each team has had a shot with a football. That's a 33-yard punt. Will Greer, second chance at the football. We come back.
Where the heart beats warm and true. That's Texas. Where we always welcome you. That's Texas. Where we always find a way. That's Texas.
Football is back. Saints Vikings at 6:55. Chargers Broncos at 10:15. September 11th on ESPN.
First Take is on the move. Next stop, Dallas, live for Giants Cowboys.
This crowd is so fired up.
Maybe I am a Dallas Cowboy fan because they make me laugh.
First Take, live from Dallas, September 8th at 10 Eastern on ESPN.
They say you don't choose the app. The app chooses you. It can stream the games and shows that I love, and it's there whenever I need it.
Yeah, I knew Antonio Brown was on bye this week.
Finding out your best players on bye after kickoff? That's bad fantasy. Getting alerts you need before kickoff? Good fantasy. Sign up now at ESPN.com/goodfantasy.
Madden like you've never seen it. This is the year the game looks like the game. Get the ultimate experience on Xbox One.
They've been outstanding. We major players getting papers by the layers. It ain't no shame in our game. We do our thing. Get a wise guy. We do our thing.
Quite a few brilliant coaching minds have made their way to Landover. Of course, that's our Mac Brown on the left. Frank Beamer and Don Nehlen, two were honored earlier in the game today. Hope to hear from both of them later. We'll see Mac at halftime with Kevin Nagandi and Booger McFarland. On first down and 10, here's Greer out throwing and completing to David Sills, and is running away from people, and he's got the first down. Tremaine Edmonds got there, but not in time.
Well, the biggest difference this year for West Virginia will be Dana Holgorsen not calling plays on offense. We talked with him at length in his 7th year. He felt like it was time to give up that to Jake Spavell.
Handoff to Justin Crawford. He stumbles forward for a stop. Vinny Mahota made the tackle.
Steve, I think that's a sign of the maturity of Dana Holgorsen, right? He was talking to us about it. One was, you know, Jake Spavell said, listen, I'm not coming there to be a quarterback coach. I need to call plays, right? I'm at that point in my career, and he has enough experience with Dana that he trusts him. He's not going to second guess him when he's calling plays.
On second down and 8. Here's Greer in some trouble trying to run out of it. No can do. Tim Settle, part of that 48 defense for Virginia Tech, and the big fellas look so funny with numbers 4 and 8, single digits.
Yeah, they do. They're going to come just on a little stunt like this, and this offensive line for West Virginia is soft in the middle. At center and right guard, they have new players. They're good at the tackle positions, but Bud Foster, Settle, and this defensive line know if they're going to get to Will Greer, they're going to come from the inside.
And make no mistake, it's not a 4-8 defense. We understand that. Those are just the uniform numbers for Settle and Walker. Here's third down and 12. Greer has lots of time. Good loft on the football. It's up for grabs. And Sills can't haul it in. Reggie Floyd, good coverage along with Terrell Edmonds.
They got the matchup that they wanted with Sills, the tall wide receiver, on Reggie Floyd as safety. I think this throw is affected by the pressure. Either way, great position by Floyd. Edmonds there as well. This defense for Virginia Tech, they lost a couple of pieces, but they returned 8 guys on the defense. Expect big things from them this season.
Well, Tuapawaka got Greer around the legs. That's the pressure you're talking about. Greg Stroman will call for another fair catch at the 33, pretty much the same spot. Looking for a first down and then some. We come back.
Yeah, I knew Antonio Brown was on bye this week.
Finding out your best players on bye after kickoff? That's bad fantasy. Getting alerts you need before kickoff? Good fantasy. Sign up now at ESPN.com/goodfantasy.
Next up, Dallas, live for Giants Cowboys.
This crowd is so fired up.
First Take, live from Dallas, September 8th at 10 Eastern on ESPN.
Saints Vikings at 6:55. Chargers Broncos at 10:15. September 11th on ESPN.
This is Madden like you've never seen it. This is the year the game looks like the game. Get the ultimate experience on Xbox One.
Welcome. How's it going?
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so you've got 2 friends here.
Yes.
This is the J.D. Power Award for dependability. Now, I want you to give it to the friend that you think is most dependable.
Oh!
Wow.
It's just not fair.
Does she have to?
She doesn't have to.
Oh, I don't?
No, but it's a tough choice, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, luckily, Chevy makes it a little easier, because it's the only brand to earn J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs 2 years in a row.
That's amazing.
You want something that's dependable. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
The Capital One Sunday Night Kickoff on ABC is brought to you by the Capital One Venture Card. Earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day. What's in your wallet? And in part by Nissan. Innovation that excites.
Welcome back to FedEx Field. I'm here with two legendary coaches, Don Nehlen, Frank Beamer. 440 wins between these two. I'm going to ask you each, first of all, Don, when you think about this rivalry, what has it meant to you?
Well, I think it's one of the great rivalries in college football. And I know when Frank and I was coaching, the stadium was always packed, and it's obvious it's still packed. It's a great rivalry. Close to the border, and our fans get excited. His fans get excited, so it's a great game.
You've had a lot of great moments in the rivalry. Is there one that stands out the most?
Well, there were several. You know, back when we were going against each other, back in the Big East days, we both came into the game ranked. One of us ranked, or both of us ranked. And then our kids played hard and tough, and our fan base both ways are just great people and great support.
I heard if you weren't here tonight, you were going to be watching the game from your couch eating an ice cream sundae, so go get one. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Pleasure to talk to you guys. Take care. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Todd. Both look wonderful, don't they?
Two princes right there.
Don Nehlen already in the College Football Hall of Fame. I believe Frank Beamer gets the call. He's on the ballot upcoming for the first time.
All of us that love college football owe them a debt of gratitude.
2nd down and 5. Hand off to Peoples, pushing his way forward, and he has enough, just enough for the first down. Let me say that in my college football play-by-play life, BG before Greasy, I got a lot of Virginia Tech, and Frank Beamer was always my single favorite coach to visit with during the week and cover. Just outstanding. Could be BG, I guess, too. First down and 10, they're across midfield. It's across that Redskins logo. A week from today, the Redskins will be home, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, open up the NFL season. Handoff to Peoples. He'll gain a couple.
Quietly, Steve, as we were talking to those two legendary coaches, this offensive line for Virginia Tech is taking a hold of this game. Running the ball between the tackles on 4 consecutive plays. We get a first down, and a nice chunk on first down here. This offensive line up front, watch number 57, Wyatt Teller. He's one of the best offensive guards I've seen on tape in a while. He is a nasty player up front.
Trayvon McMillan checks in now, replacing Peoples. Here's Jackson. He's going to keep that right from the beginning. And he is taken down by Kaiser White. No gain.
You're going to see some freshmen playing for Virginia Tech. This is a true freshman tight end, Dalton Keene, and just not ready for the speed of White off the edge. That's what happens when you play some freshmen on the front line.
Coach told us of White, he is a freak of nature in the best possible way. Kaiser White, 3rd and 7 upcoming. And whistles.
West Virginia's going to call a timeout.
Timeout. 6 left on the play clock.
West Virginia, that is their first of the half. It'll be a full charge. Timeout.
So we've had a few first downs, still looking for our first few points, and what you'd expect to be a close game.
Your coffee spiked in the morning with
spiked with genius juice.
I'm gonna walk off this show right now.
This is unbelievable.
Zip it! Zip it! Quiet!
First Take is on the move. Next stop, Dallas. Live for Giants Cowboys.
This crowd is so fired up.
Maybe I am a Dallas Cowboy fan because they make me laugh.
Eli Manning over every quarterback who ever lived.
First Take, live from Dallas. September 8th at 10 Eastern on ESPN.
cannot lose with Terragorn the Brave on our side!
Apologies, my liege, but Terragorn the Brave has been captured.
And by captured, you mean he's at the podiatrist.
Going into battle without the best team? That's bad fantasy. Using the #1 fantasy app to draft your team from anywhere? That's good fantasy. Play the #1 fantasy football game. Sign up now at ESPN.com/goodfantasy.
Monday Night Football is back. Saints Vikings at 6:55. Chargers Broncos at 10:15. September 11th on ESPN.
They say you don't choose the app. The app chooses you. It can stream the games and shows that I love, and it's there whenever I need it.
You're meeting with new clients today. Problem is, you're terrible with names. Okay, this is the boss. You got this. Anna! New clients? We've been there. And with free hot breakfast, we'll be there for you. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount. Hampton by Hilton.
Back in Landover, Tony Gibson, for the second straight year, has to replace 8 starters, Grease.
Yeah, no problem for Tony Gibson. He's done that for 2 years, and he was the second best scoring defense in the Big 12 in 15. He was the best defense last year. No problem.
He looks cool and calm to me. We welcome you back for a key 3rd and 7. Send McMillan in motion, top of your screen. Here's Jackson after the clap. Rolling to his right. Trying to pick up the first down. He'll be banged out of bounds. Mike Daniels got there to bring up a 4th down.
Good coverage downfield. He's looking left, surveys the field, escapes, extends the play, and nice hustle. Up front, they're going to go for it on 4th and 1, Steve.
First big play of the game.
This is an all-out blitz. There is no safety in West Virginia's backfield. I think they're going to call a timeout, Justin Fuentes, and get on the same page as to what he wants. That's a good timeout.
Big play.
Timeout. Virginia Tech will be the first of the half.
You're in that area of the field where it makes sense to go for it on 4th down, and with a young quarterback, sometimes it's useful to burn that timeout just to see what West Virginia's going to do defensively.
Time now for our legendary moment. Brought to you by Destiny 2.
Oh, vintage.
You know, when Todd asked Frank Beamer about it, I thought he was going to bring up the '99 game, the Michael Vick scramble that people are still talking about all these years later. Good for 26 yards, and then Sayana Shane Graham from 44 yards away. The miracle in Morgantown.
You know, Beamer is too nice of a guy to bring that up in front of Neyland, right?
Neyland hasn't changed a bit. But that is the signature game in the series, and people are still buzzing about Michael Vick.
And that was the year that Virginia Tech, for people that don't remember, went on to the national championship game and ended up losing to Florida State. What a year, though, with Michael Vick leading the charge.
You see your name up on the screen next to Michael Vick.
It's probably a good thing Josh can't see the TV screen right now.
Think his dad's recording it?
Well, they talked about it on the sideline, and they're going to go for it. I don't blame them. You know, this drive, the first 4 runs inside the tackles were outstanding. 7th play of the drive now, all runs.
It's Jackson, the quarterback. He'll keep it, has the first down and then some. Breaking through into the secondary before White takes him down. Needed 1, got 7.
You know, he's a strong runner, Jackson is. He's not Gerard Evans. They're not going to run as much as they did with Evans at quarterback, but he can run and break some tackles.
Gerard Evans was their leading rusher a year ago. Here's Jackson in the air. It's caught. Cam Phillips to the goal line. Stopped just shy of the goal line. Jackson showing all the abilities on back-to-back plays.
And Cam Phillips with the patience to run that route on the outside. They had the exact look they wanted. And they get it down inside the 2.
Good for 28. They needed 29. Here's Jackson. Stumbles forward. Some good defensive pressure there by Al-Rashid Benton.
That's the third play in a row. Same play from Virginia Tech, right? The fourth down call, they run Josh Jackson. Then they have the same look with the play action over the top. They try to call it one more time with the QB power. And finally, West Virginia's defensive line says enough.
Second down and goal. Dalton Keene, the tight end, is checked in. He's in the backfield with McMillan now. And we got a flag.
False start. Offense, number 61. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Greasy shaking his head. He's been there.
Well, you know, sometimes you have a young quarterback down there. It's loud, and if you change the snap count at all, especially with a new player, that's Kyle Chung. He's a senior, but he hadn't played at all. And now you've backed yourself up to second and goal from the 7.5, and different play call for Justin Fuente.
Second down and goal. The play action to throw, and the throw just too low. Cam Phillips trying to dig it off the grass in the end zone. Bring up a third and goal.
Boy, they had the look that they wanted. And that ball just came out low. He's open, and Josh Jackson knows it. Cam Phillips, 2 plays in the last 4-play sequence where he should have had a touchdown. Gotta be smart here for Josh Jackson.
Third and goal on what's been a tremendous drive so far for the Hokies. Here's Jackson. Lofts it in the end zone. And Cam Phillips had no chance. Outstanding coverage by Mike Daniels, the senior from Miami.
Yeah, and that ball kind of was in between. You either want to throw the fade to the back pylon and let Cam Phillips go get it, or you want to throw it on a line to the back shoulder. That throw was in between both of them and never had a chance for Cam Phillips. For Josh Jackson, you don't want to get over on the sideline and talk to Cam Phillips. Get on the same page. He's your best player on offense, and you're going to need to have that connection throughout the course of the night to win.
Here's Joey Slye from 25 yards away. Snap is perfect. The hold is good, and so too is the field goal. And Virginia Tech breaks the seal on the scoreboard. Hokies the 3-0 lead. Nearly had 7 after a fabulous drive.
Spiked with genius juice. I'm gonna walk off this show right now. This is unbelievable. Zip it! Zip it! Quiet!
First Take is on the move. Next stop, Dallas. Live for Giants Cowboys.
This crowd is so fired up.
Maybe I am a Dallas Cowboy fan because they make me laugh.
Eli Manning over every quarterback who ever lived.
First Take, live from Dallas. September 8th at 10 Eastern on ESPN.
Saints Vikings at 6:55. Chargers Broncos at 10:15. September 11th on ESPN.
They say you don't choose the app. The app chooses you. It can stream the games and shows that I love, and it's there whenever I need it.
Summon Terragorn the Brave.
He's at the podiatrist.
Going into battle without the best team? Bad fantasy. Drafting your team from anywhere? Good fantasy. Sign up now at ESPN.com/GoodFantasy.
Back in Landover, Maryland. 12 plays, 58 yards. Key play was a 28-yard pass play. But all they can manage in the end is a field goal after an impressive drive. 3-0 in favor of Virginia Tech. Slye will kick it away. He was #1 in the nation in touchbacks. In fact, they can't even practice indoors with him kicking off because he bangs it off the practice facility wall every time. Hard to practice kickoff returns that way. Hey, closing out our 5-star Labor Day weekend tomorrow night. 25th ranked Tennessee will take on Georgia Tech. It'll be the second sporting event in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Coverage starts 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Of course, streaming live on the ESPN app. We look forward to that one.
It'll be interesting to see what Paul Johnson does at quarterback. He loses Justin Thomas, his great quarterback for the last 3 years. And he's going to be breaking in a new one, but he's had some success.
Third possession for West Virginia, all starting out at the 25. They come out with a completion to David Sills, his second reception. They'll bring up a second down and short. Actually, it was so short, it was a first down. Got just enough for the first. Here's Gary Jennings now, who can do just about everything. He's a first-time starter. There's a whole lot of skills. Mook Reynolds made the tackle.
This is an aggressive Virginia Tech defense. I know we say that all the time about Bud Foster and his defense, but it's led by number 49, Jermaine Edmonds. 6'5", 250 pounds. Very unique size at his position.
Crawford, the ball carrier. He's out to the 35. Reggie Floyd made the stop.
I mean, talking with Bud Foster, said he really hasn't had a player that size at that position, but he's such an athletic player, very instinctive, strong, and can get hands on balls in the middle of the field. Had 106 tackles a year ago, and they build this front seven around 49.
Big part of that third down defense. Third down defense that was third in the country a season ago. Here's Greer, steps up and throws, and it's off the hands of Karan White. And it'll be another 3 and out for West Virginia.
And that's a play Karan White's got to make. And he's coming back. He missed last part of the last season with a broken leg, but you got to catch that football, break inside, and get the first down line, and give your defense a rest, because it just got off the field.
Billy Kinney back to punt. The 20. Greg Stroman is back deep and going deeper to his 18. One fair catch at this time, and Stroman will fall forward out to the 22-yard line.
Well, so far, Josh Jackson felt like he's been pretty calm, and he hasn't panicked. The stage hasn't been too big for him. He's pulled it down and tried to run a couple of times. He got a first down on the 4th and 1, then comes right back with play action over the top off the same exact look and takes advantage. This guy's got a little something to him, Leaves. I've been impressed with him early in this game.
What's interesting to me is, Grease, and the people who are during commercial breaks, you're watching Jackson, you're seeing his demeanor. Even when the defense is on the field, you like what you see, even with the helmet off.
Well, after that last touchdown he missed to Cam Phillips, I wanted to see what he did on the sideline. Did he go up to Cam Phillips and talk to him? And he did, and that's a good sign for a quarterback, because you want to be on the same page with the receiver.
Off the play fake, Jackson to throw, got a man across the middle, it's Cam Phillips. 6th consecutive throw to Phillips, every one of them, and that one's complete for a big gain.
I'm impressed too with Jackson in terms of his just mental alertness and how he's operating this offense, how quickly he's getting in and out of plays. Really smart quarterback.
22 on the play there. Here's Stephen Peoples on the left side for the Peoples. Hakeem Bailey makes the stop.
Let's see what you did there. You know, we oftentimes wonder, you know, quarterback who is a son of a coach, what's the difference? And sometimes it parlays. Both of these quarterbacks in this game, Josh Jackson and Will Greer, are sons of coaches. And you can tell in the way they play the game.
Jackson will hang on to that one and throw across his body. It was behind Sean Savoy, the intended target. Too far behind him. It's become a cliche, it seems like, as we travel around the country. Every kid in major Division I college football is a coach's kid, and they all played quarterback at some point growing up. But Jackson has that football IQ that you only get with being around programs forever, like at Michigan.
Well, he got a pretty special call this week. On Tuesday, he got a call from the GOAT, the real GOAT. It's Tom Brady, who was on the team with Tom in Michigan, and Fred was one of our coaches, and Freddie asked him to call Josh and give him some advice this week, and he did.
I imagine he would advise him to pick up the occasional first down. That's thrown that away. That's a smart play, actually. Nothing there for him, and he'll throw it away.
Well, that's a safe call there by Brad Cornelson, the offensive coordinator, on third down, expecting blitz, roll out. You have two receivers, and if it's not there, throw it away.
Of course, Josh did ruin Greasy's week. He said, how old were you exactly when I was at Michigan? We had to put a little minus in front of it, like -1. Kid wasn't even born.
Oh, boy. What a great hairs.
Oscar Bradburn got some pressure. Gary Jennings let it go over his head, and that's a good play and into the end zone for a touchback. Down to the field, and Todd.
I thought it was pretty funny that he said, Brady called, we said, what did you say to him when he told you to just relax and go out there and be you? He said, I didn't know what to say, so I just told him that I bought a jersey of his and it said GOAT on the back. And I was embarrassed.
Imagine you check your caller ID. Does it come up GOAT, do you think, or it comes up Brady?
It might come up GOAT on Josh Jackson's phone. Pretty cool. Really, really cool. He's, he watches The Lion King before every start of every season, the first game. It kind of just calms him down. He's got into this habit of doing that. His mom, Teresa, had him do it when he was just a pup.
There's Kennedy McCoy, his first carry. Motua Puaka makes the stop. The man in the middle, such an important player, the middle linebacker for Virginia Tech. He's the keeper of the pail, the lunch pail. They take that stuff very seriously in Blacksburg. He said it means everything to him. It's everything they are. David Sills on the reception, and there's a first down for West Virginia, gain of 9. And there is a picture of the lunch pail, which they carry out of the field, bring it everywhere they go. Mountaineers are moving fast. Here's Greer in some space, and he's got another first down. Got enough yardage before Terrell Edmonds brought him down. Gain of 12 on the play, and it's West Virginia on the move all of a sudden.
Yeah, they're sticking that ball in there, giving it to McCoy. That time he pulls it out, and Mahota, the defensive end, loses contain. This is what West Virginia and Jake Spavital want to get. That tempo, start affecting this defense for Virginia Tech.
Hokies are creeping up to the line of scrimmage, but they're just rushing 4. Greer has time to throw down the sideline, and was looking for David Sills, a bit too high. Sills is 6'4", so you know it's really high. Adonis Alexander, who goes 6'3", was with him step for step.
That's a great matchup to watch all night. Sills on Alexander. Alexander has quietly become one of the better corners in the ACC. His teammates, when you talk with the quarterback, Josh Jackson, he say, who do you hate throwing the ball against in camp? Without question, it's 36.
3 receivers bottom of your screen now. On 2nd down and 10. Throwing out to one of them. Here's Gary Jennings. Pickup of maybe 1 on the play. Divine Diablo. If there's a better name in college football, I'm not familiar with it. Divine Diablo makes the sure-handed tackle. The sophomore from Winston-Salem.
Yeah, you mentioned that. That's a hallmark of Bud Foster and these defenses, tackling. This team, when they get to you, they're going to put you on the ground. Not a lot of missed tackles for Virginia Tech.
Still trying to pick up that first 3rd down conversion. And there it is. It's Gary Jennings. The receiver goes up to get it. Diablo had the coverage, but he had enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, and that was protection all the way. Will Greer had plenty of time to sit back to survey the field. He's pretty good if you give him some time.
By far the most impressive drive so far for the Mountaineers. Approaching the final minute and a half of quarter number 1. Greer trying to make people miss, and Diablo got enough around the ankles to make his 3rd stop. And there's an injured player down. Virginia Tech.
That's Settle, the defensive tackle.
And Brian, when we talked to Bud Foster, the coordinator, he said, listen, my starting defensive line is as good as we've had in a long time here, but the depth isn't the same because we lost some guys to the NFL and to graduation. So it's something to monitor as the game progresses. They were worried about it anyway with the depth, and if Settle can't come back in or if he's limited, it could really be an issue for the interior of this Virginia Tech defensive line.
Yeah, that's a great point, Todd. They traditionally, when they're really good on defense, Bud Foster will tell you he'll rotate 8 defensive linemen pretty much the entire game, and he doesn't quite have that this year, so definitely something to keep an eye on with Settle.
He only played about 20 plays a game last year. They're hoping to get 45 out of him this year. He's that important. That's not a good sign right there. Jimmy Taylor replaces Settle at the nose. 2nd and 11. Greer looks to his left. Again, plenty of time. And good coverage. The ball is knocked away by Terrell Edmonds, who is everywhere. The coverage on Karan White.
Jake Spavor is going to have to make some adjustments. That's the same play that they tried to complete the first play of the game on offense, trying to get it to Gary Jennings one-on-one against Terrell Edmonds, and Edmonds is all over Gary Jennings. Now have to bunch it up, do some crossing routes, and get guys open off the roughs.
See the numbers on Greer. Here's 3rd and 11. Again, all sorts of time. Great protection. And with all that time, finds Gary Jennings for the 1st down.
And already you see the effect of no Tim Settle on the defensive line. That's Hewitt that gets in there. There's absolutely no pressure. And you give any quarterback that amount of time, and they're going to pick you apart.
Needed 11, got 12. This is a drive that started from their own 20-yard line. Here's the 10th play. Greer to throw again. Had a man wide open, and Jennings couldn't bring it down. Just a tad high, but you see Jennings' reaction. He knows that one is on him.
That's certainly this could be a better throw. It's just a cross route here. Sills is going to come down to the inside and affect the safety. And if that ball's a little bit lower, Will Greer knew he had him. You know, it's a new quarterback with new receivers, and they've been throwing all summer, but until you get out here with live bullets, you don't know how exactly that ball's going to come out.
2nd down and 10. Finally a run. It's McCoy with a change of pace down to the 25. The depth at wide receiver is interesting as well. There's no Marcus Sims. They were counting on him. He was suspended after a 2nd DUI charge, although that 2nd charge has been dropped. Javon Durante transferred away.
FAU.
Big part of the depth, so a lot of pressure on Karan White. Final 15 seconds of quarter number 1. White and Jennings expecting to pick up the slack. It's 3rd and 5 now. Number 25 of Virginia Tech. Greer the throw to David Sills, and he can't get to the marker. Terrell Edmonds makes the stop.
If I'm Will Greer, 3rd down, I might start throwing the ball away from number 22 in red.
ESPN's presentation of college football on ABC will return after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Just lean back and let.
The big game, huh? Boy, I wish your mom was here. Instead of over there.
I ain't afraid to say it, go blue. I'll kick it.
She needs this, kids. Mom needs this.
Have some. Just get it done.
Reliving the glory days isn't always rewarding, but Hotels.com is. Unlock instant savings now and earn free nights to use later. Hotels.com.
I'm gonna destroy you this week. Antonio Brown is gonna light it up.
Wait, what?
Finding out your best players on buy after kickoff? That's bad fantasy. Getting alerts you need before kickoff to help make Sunday better? Good fantasy. Play the #1 fantasy football game. Sign up now at ESPN.com/goodfantasy.
They say you don't choose the app. The app chooses you. It can stream the games and shows that I love, and it's there whenever I need it.
Monday Night Football is back. Saints Vikings at 6:55. Chargers Broncos at 10:15. September 11th on ESPN.
First Take is on the move. Next stop, Dallas. Live for Giants Cowboys.
This crowd is so fired up.
Maybe I am a Dallas Cowboy fan because they make me laugh.
First Take, live from Dallas. September 8th at 10 Eastern on ESPN.
mascots are confident, but when it comes to mortgages, they're less confident. Fortunately, there's Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, proud supporter of college athletics.
Appliances make life easy. We make finding yours even easier. With top-rated brands, reviews, even side-by-side comparisons. Your appliance is easily within reach. Save up to 25% on appliances, only at the Home Depot.
So you love your game? So does he. You say ain't nobody gonna work harder? He said the same thing. You get an hour of training in before the sun even comes up, plenty of early risers out there. You got the gear, they got the gear. You got a secret weapon, this dude doesn't need one. See, this isn't just a game of inches, this is a game of ounces. And the next ounce you give might just be the one the other guy doesn't. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, and refuel.
Back in Landover, West Virginia, they find themselves trailing 3-0, and it's decision time, and looks like the decision's been made.
I think it's the right decision in this part of the field.
Virginia Tech was 8 for 16 on 4th down attempts last season. On 4th and 2. Here's Greer, gonna throw it, he's gonna be intercepted! Picked off by Trayvon Hill! The worst possible scenario for West Virginia results in an interception by Trayvon Hill.
Well, Will Greer's got to throw the ball. It's 4th down, but this play was dead from alignment. You're going to see 4 guys from the outside for Virginia Tech. You get in this position, there they are right there, and he's just trying to get the ball here. And this is Hill right here with a great athletic play. Outstanding response, but that was from a schematic standpoint. Bud Foster was ready for that naked throw, and Hill makes a great play.
Hill's a big pass rusher. They're always so focused on getting the sack. Sometimes they don't able to get the hands on the ball and hang on to it, but showing the athleticism. And so off the turnover, see if Jackson tries a quick strike. Out of the flat for C.J. Carroll, and he'll pick up 3 on the play.
Still think that's the right decision for Dana Holgorsen and West Virginia to go for it there. And despite the fact that Jake Spavital is calling the plays, Dana Holgorsen told us he's still in charge of when they go for it, when they don't.
Handoff to McMillan, has running room on the left side. And he is forced out of bounds by Toyus Avery. So he's just shy of the 1st down marker. Bring up a 3rd down and 1.
And Virginia Tech needs to get number 34 going. That's his first carry on the game. Last season had 145 carries. He is a bell cow for them. He can handle the load. He needs to get some rhythm though.
As a freshman, he rushed for 1,043 yards. Only 3 backs in history for West Virginia have done that twice in their career. Jackson under pressure, and he'll throw it to the turf.
Seeing a lot of misdirection from both offenses. I think that's a sign of respect for these two defenses. We kind of knew coming into this game that we knew Virginia Tech's defense was going to be good, and Tony Gibson, he's gotten better and better with his defense every year in the Big 12, and that's been the main driver as to why West Virginia has gotten better and better with their record in the Big 12. So it's going to be which defense forces the most turnovers and the most mistakes probably win the game.
Virginia Tech now 0 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. Bradburn with a heck of a punt. And Gary Jennings takes it down at the 10-yard line. Todd McShay, what can you see from field level?
What's that, Levy?
What can you see from field level?
I can see the Red Sox and Yankees are tied at 0. My Sox, no offense tonight. This is the best thing in the world, man. The ESPN app. You guys finally downloaded it, right?
Wait, McShay, you're not watching our game?
Well, we're a timeout, right?
You know, once a Red Sox fan, always a Red Sox fan.
We're going to run on first, Levy.
All right, keep me posted on that. How's Chris Sale looking tonight? We're working on the app, too. We've got a lot of things going. I mean, you take your phone with you everywhere. I also take ESPN with you everywhere as well. First play on the new series. Here's Justin Crawford turning the corner. And they'll say his knee hit just shy of the 1st down. was a true freshman, even a redshirt freshman, you might be concerned about him after the interception. Well, here's a guy with a wife and a kid, and is much more experienced, both in life and on the field. He's been through some scenarios. Yep. Could make the argument that his brothers are much more famous than he is. Internet and social media sensations. But how often can a player give his offensive coordinator parenting advice? That doesn't happen too often, but that is the case with Will Grier and Jake Spavital and West Virginia. There's a flag down as he completes to David Sills, and we'll check the marker.
Holding. Offense. Number 79. 10-yard penalty. First down.
I thought that was funny. We were talking to Jake Spavital, the offensive coordinator, yesterday, and he said he just had a baby girl, and he was looking around the room. Who should I ask about parenting advice, or which diapers, or how to get her to sleep through the night, or car seats? And he said, I'm just going to ask Will Grier.
That's his wife, Jean. Daughter, Eloise. I got the sense Will is spending more time with his offensive coordinator than his wife these days. Said to be living in the football office. Here's Justin Crawford breaking a tackle lower in the shoulder. And the collision with Adonis Alexander.
And Crawford is another one of the guys that need to get going for West Virginia to have that balance on offense. You know, everybody thinks that Jake Spavital and Dana Holgorsen are going to be just throwing the ball all over the lot. It's almost a misnomer to call this an air raid offense anymore because they run more than they pass. But Justin Crawford needs to be a big part of this offense for West Virginia to win tonight.
Holgorsen said he's been kicked out of the air raid club. Considers himself now more of a CEO, if you will. 2nd and 15. See how much that penalty hurts. Grier down the middle of the field, had Gary Jennings and overthrew him.
We talked about it at the beginning of the game. That this has been Grier's Achilles heel his entire career. I studied him against Tennessee in 2015, and he was 0 for 5 with an interception on balls thrown beyond 25 yards down the field. Jake Spavital, his coordinator, said that's the one thing we've really been working on, the trajectory of his deep ball. You saw it there, too low. You got to get some air under it, let your receiver run under that ball.
There's no substitute for time with your receivers, Todd. You know that. And he just hasn't had a whole lot of time with these guys.
3rd and 15. Again, the pocket is clean. Grier able to hook up with David Sills, but he's well short of the marker. Another punting situation for West Virginia.
You know, you can look at it glass half full or glass half empty. Yeah, he's missing some of these throws downfield, but there are open receivers running down the field on this Virginia Tech defense. We saw the one that he missed to Jennings, and then again in the seam. If he gets those on target, those are big chunk plays.
Kinney will put it in the air. Strowman will signal for the fair catch out of the 36-yard line. And that's where the Hokies will take over. 11 and a half to play in the first half, leading by a field goal.
Finding out your best players on bye after kickoff? That's bad fantasy. Getting alerts you need before kickoff? Good fantasy. Sign up now at ESPN.com/goodfantasy.
Next stop, Dallas. Live for Giants Cowboys.
This crowd is so fired up.
First Take, live from Dallas. September 8th at 10 Eastern on ESPN.
Monday Night Football is back. Saints Vikings at 6:55. Chargers Broncos at 10:15. September 11th on ESPN.
So you love your game? So does he. You say ain't nobody gonna work harder? He said the same thing. You get an hour of training in before the sun even comes up, plenty of early risers out there. You got the gear, they got the gear. You got a secret weapon, this dude doesn't need one. See, this isn't just a game of inches, this is a game of ounces. And the next ounce you give might just be the one the other guy doesn't. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, and refuel.
Oh boy. Bob, your burrito is sparking. Bob!
Get a dollar for dollar match of all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year, automatically.
Where'd you go, Bob?
Apparently, the picture is worth 1,000 words. The award-winning 4K displays from Vizio.
Taco Bell is a proud partner of the College Football Playoff. Be on the lookout for Taco Bell student sections and passionate fans like these at games all season long. These passionate fans, they wanted in earlier than they were allowed to. In college, I like to tailgate, 6 days in advance of the game.
Camp out.
These NFL stadiums don't seem to be equipped for that, or don't want you here so early. There's a big line getting into the parking lot here tonight. Stephen Peoples is the ball carrier. Adam Schuler makes the stop. Schuler's part of a defensive line that combined for just one start coming into this game. Schuler himself is a redshirt sophomore. That's Tony Gibson's problem. Problem he's working on right now. Sean Savoy on the end around. Forced out of bounds by Kaiser White.
We talked a little bit about Tony Gibson and the impact that he's had on this Mountaineer program now in his 4th season. And I think you see the win-loss column on the right for the last 4 years. He came in 2014 and they have done nothing but get better as a team. And it hasn't been because they played better offensively. It's because they played better on that defensive side.
Hokie still looking to convert on 3rd down. Not going to happen here either. It's Peoples knocked down by Xavier Preston.
You know, Brian, I like his scheme. You know, a lot of teams will run a 3-3-5. Seems to be a little bit gimmicky, but this is as, I think, traditional a 3-3-5 as you'll see in terms of the discipline and being in the right position. He finds a way to get pressure, but doesn't put his players in a lot of real vulnerable situations.
Yeah, I agree, Todd. I think he's made up his mind that he can come after quarterbacks and confuse them with that scheme, and it's been successful.
Well, they're wearing out Bradburn, the punter, in his first collegiate game. Fair catch by Gary Jennings. It's time now for our Capital One pivotal performance, and it's Will Greer.
Started out, he's been a little bit inaccurate on throws down the field, as Todd has pointed out. He's missed a couple to Sills, missed a couple to Jennings. I don't put that on him. That's a 4th down. You got to throw that ball. But these are the ones he's got to make, because this Virginia Tech defense is too good to miss open receivers downfield. You got to take advantage.
Tim Settle is back in there. Had a bruised knee, left for a play or two, but that's good news for that defensive line of the Hokies. Justin Crawford is the ball carrier. Ball might have come out for just a second. Mentioned Settle with the knee injury. Have to mention DeAndre Francois, the Florida State quarterback. The knee injury is going to cost him the rest of the season. Yeah, horrendous news.
I feel terrible for him, for the kid. I mean, after everything he went through last year, you know, the beating that he took throughout the entire season, and he was taking another beating last night. For him to go down with a knee, just a real heartbreak.
Here's Crawford, breaks a hole right up the middle. And they'll bring him down from behind. Reggie Floyd showing great speed to bring down Justin Crawford after he ripped off 42. Longest play of the game.
We talk about getting Crawford involved here. You're going to see Wellman come up on the inside, get a great block on the linebacker to free up Crawford.
And West Virginia, they want to go fast. That time Crawford is stopped after a short game by Trayvon Hill. Give everybody a chance to catch their breath.
Yeah, you get the sense that these two teams are kind of feeling each other out and don't know what to expect. It's the first game of the season for both of them. And you got new quarterbacks, you got new defenses, and you got to kind of get your feeling. And now West Virginia seems to have something going on offense.
Kennedy McCoy now in. They give Crawford a breather. And it is McCoy, the ball carrier. He's stopped there by Andrew Motua Puaka. Nailed that one again.
There you go. Nice. That'll get better. It'll roll off your tongue. He's going to make a lot of plays, so you better get used to it.
Big Andy in the middle. Hey, 5'4". Tevin Bush is checked in now. He's the explosive back.
True freshman.
For West Virginia, they want to get him in space. Who's to the right of Greer now in motion. Put him in a slot. Here's Greer. Across the middle. Looking for Bush. And the little guy able to stay on his feet. Bush goes 5'6", took the hit from Mook Reynolds and stayed up.
Yeah, he took a hit. Didn't need to take a hit. That ball was late from Will Greer. They clearly wanted to get Tevin Bush in space and let him run that route. If Greer would have got it to him on time, that could have been a touchdown. A little toughness from the little guy.
4th and 2, what are you going to do? From the 33-yard line.
Virginia Tech is all up around the line of scrimmage, clearly trying to come after Will Greer.
3 to snap it. They get it away. Here's Greer. Quick throw, complete to Karan White. On the inside slant for the first down yardage. The gamble pays off.
And that's too easy, right? If you're going to come with a blitz in Virginia Tech, Adonis Alexander has to be up pressed. Steve, he can't just allow Karan White free access on a slant to the inside. That's way too easy.
Little momentum here for West Virginia. The last time to try to convert on 4th down led to an interception. Here's Greer off the play fake and throw incomplete to Gary Jennings. Looked to his right and then threw down the middle of the field.
And this is the kind of balance that West Virginia wants on offense, right? They want that big run by Justin Crawford, and then they're starting to open up some seams down the field.
Gain of 12. This is their deepest penetration of the game so far. Down to the Hokie 13. Greer gonna keep it. And he's tripped up and dropped by Divine Diablo.
The area of the field where they like Sills. He's got the size, number 13 in the slot.
And a flag.
Ball start. Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That is Kyle Bosch playing the left guard tonight. Transfer from Michigan. 2nd and 13 after they pick up the handkerchief. McCoy in a single setback. Greer gives it to him. And McCoy picking and choosing down the 11-yard line. Trayvon Hill made the stop.
It's a great run by Kennedy McCoy. He's got a little bit of shiftiness to him. Probably the most diverse back that West Virginia has. Run the ball inside. He can play with slot receiver easily.
Greer to throw on 3rd and 8. Lofts one, and it is caught. David Sills. Touchdown. West Virginia. Mountaineers are on the board.
Talk about toughness in the pocket. Will Greer takes a shot there. That ball's thrown perfectly to the outside. We talked about Sills in the red zone, a favorite target for West Virginia. He's back after a hiatus. He wanted to be a quarterback. He was here at West Virginia for a couple of seasons, and Dana Holgorsen said, you're going to be a receiver if you're with us, not a quarterback. So he went to junior college and fulfilled his dream to play quarterback. And after last season, Dana Holgorsen called him back, says, come back and play wide out again. His first touchdown of the year. Good move.
Mike Molina puts it through the extra point. I don't know about you, when David Sills was in 7th grade, he was awarded a scholarship. I was still trying to figure out how to tie my shoes. More on David Sills, the touchdown maker, when we come back.
I'm gonna destroy you this week. Antonio Brown is gonna light it up.
Wait, what?
Finding out your best players on bye after kickoff? That's bad fantasy. Getting alerts you need before kickoff to help make Sunday better? Good fantasy. Play the #1 fantasy football game. Sign up now at ESPN.com/goodfantasy.
Next stop, Dallas. Live for Giants Cowboys.
This crowd is so fired up.
First Take, live from Dallas, September 8th at 10 Eastern on ESPN.
I love sports. I just wish they could be with me always. They say you don't choose the app. The app chooses you. It is everything I could ever want in a sports companion. It can stream the games and shows that I love, and it's there whenever I need it.
That's okay.
I never thought I could find an app that loves sports as much as I do. Until now.
Monday Night Football is back. Saints Vikings at 6:55. Chargers Broncos at 10:15. September 11th on ESPN.
You think it's just 5 guys between you and that rim? Try 500. Because for every guy you beat, there's 100 more out there with your same 5, working on your same moves, all trying to steal your glory. So if you want to be the one and only, and not just one of many, give that extra ounce. It might just be the one that all the others don't. Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, and refuel.
The Capital One Sunday Night Kickoff on ABC is brought to you by Jiffy Lube, proudly pouring Pennzoil Synthetics. Brought to you courtesy of Honda and Pacific Life. Experience the power of Pacific.
Some 214 miles away from Morgantown, West Virginia, and some 285 miles away from Blacksburg, Virginia. Kind of a big backyard game. Close drive for fans to make it and bang out FedEx Field here in Landover, Maryland. Should say your faithful ESPN ABC crew drove the distance as well. 8 hours in the car. You learn something about your friends and your colleagues.
We drove the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah, we did. Outside of the minor issue trying to figure out the way to put gas into the car, we were all set.
That was McShay.
Free kick, out of bounds. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line on the right hash. Timeout.
Evan Staley kicked that one off and kicked it out of bounds. 5.5 to go. 7-3, West Virginia.
They say you don't choose the app. The app chooses you. It can stream the games and shows that I love, and it's there whenever I need it.
Going into battle without the best team? Bad fantasy. Drafting your team from anywhere? Good fantasy. Sign up now at ESPN.com/goodfantasy.
Is your coffee spiked in the morning with you?
Spiked with genius juice.
I'm gonna walk off this show right now.
This is unbelievable.
Zip it! Zip it! Quiet!
First Take is on the move. Next stop, Dallas. Live for Giants Cowboys.
This crowd is...
Zip it! Zip it! Quiet!
First Take is on the move. Next stop, Dallas. Live for Giants Cowboys.
This crowd is so fired up.
Maybe
I am a Dallas Cowboy fan because they make me laugh.
Eli Manning over every quarterback who ever lived.
First Take, live from Dallas, September 8th at 10 Eastern on ESPN.
Football is back. Saints Vikings at 6:55. Chargers Broncos at 10:15. September 11th on ESPN.
You think it's just 5 guys between you and that rim? Try 500. Because for every guy you beat, there's 100 more out there with your same fire, working on your same moves, all trying to steal your glory. So if you want to be the one and only, and not just one of many, give that extra ounce. It might just be the one that all the others don't. Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, and refuel.
Yeah, this massive holiday weekend, jam-packed with college football for you, continues tomorrow night. Closing out our 5-star Labor Day weekend. Tennessee and Georgia Tech. Brand spanking new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Coverage starts 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Streaming live on the ESPN app. And on first down and 10, the Hokies stumble forward. Deshaun McClease. And they are looking to go fast here now, trailing 7-3. 5:20 to play in this first half. Jackson staring down his sideline. Now he'll clap and take the snap. Option. Gives it to McClease, and he is wrecked for a loss. Kaiser White came up in a big way.
Kaiser White goes 6'2", 216 pounds. He plays that hybrid position. Sometimes he's on the end of the line of scrimmage. Sometimes he's a safety. He'll rush the quarterback, and he was a missile. 58 tackles a year ago. He's a tone setter for Tony Gibson.
3rd and 2. Still looking to convert for the first time all night. 0 for 6. Do I hear 7? Jackson. And double coverage. It's knocked away. Was looking to hook up with Eric Kuma. And Mike Daniels broke it up, Todd.
You know, they had a rubber out there, and number 15, Sean Savoy, the freshman, was wide open. Wound up with 2 defenders. And he threw into double coverage instead of hitting the open receiver. It's the first time I've seen him really miss a read today.
Yeah, you're right, Ty. That was a perfect read. This ball should have gone on the wheel route. Would have been a first down.
3 3-and-outs in a row. And that ball will bounce, and it will be down. Let's see. Did he get there in time? He did. It's down at the 6-inch line, I think.
That's Colton Taylor, the long snapper. Great hustle. He is 87. Nice job.
They'll spot it down at about the 2.
Down right there.
His momentum took him much closer to the goal line. Saturday night, get into next weekend. No better way to do that with Oklahoma and Ohio State. Matchup between Heisman hopeful quarterbacks. Coverage will start at 7:30 Eastern right here on ABC. And of course, like everything else, you can stream it live on the ESPN app. As you might expect, the worst starting field position for West Virginia. Career's thrown out of his end zone, and he's able to complete to Gary Jennings. Jennings is a rather cerebral player. He's one of just 3 players nationally that's on the NCAA Football Oversight Committee. 3 players in the whole country, and Jennings is one of them. As Justin Crawford leans forward for a yard. Jennings has 6 catches on the night. Settle came up to make the stop. And Crawford is hurt. Crawford and Grant Lingerfelter, 2 Mountaineers injured on the same play.
Oh, it looks like Crawford's got a cramp going there. But hopefully that's not serious with Lingerfelter. But Tim Settle just blew up the entire inside of that offensive line. Brings up a 3rd down.
Hey, I think we've hit a new stage in our relationship. Will you join my Wi-Fi?
Yes! This is all moving so fast.
Find your awesome with Xfinity XFi.
They say you don't choose the app chooses you. It can stream the games and shows that I love, and it's there whenever I need it.
First Take, live from Dallas, September 8th at 10 Eastern on ESPN.
Will this fight tonight?
Finding out your best players on bye after kickoff? That's bad fantasy. Getting alerts you need before kickoff? Good fantasy. Sign up now at ESPN.com/goodfantasy.
Saints Vikings at 6:55. Chargers Broncos at 10:15. September 11th on ESPN.
So you love your game? So does he. You say ain't nobody gonna work harder? He said the same thing. You get an hour of training in before the sun even comes up? Plenty of early risers out there. You got the gear, they got the gear. You got a secret weapon, this dude doesn't need one. See, this isn't just a game of inches. This is a game of ounces. And the next ounce you give might just be the one the other guy doesn't. Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, and refuel.
Hello, Discover Card.
Hi, can you tell me about these new Social Security alerts I keep hearing about?
Sure, just sign up online. Then we'll alert you if we find your Social Security number on any one of thousands of risky websites.
Wow, that's cool. How much is it?
Oh, it's free if you have a Discover Card.
I like free.
Yeah, we just want you to be in.
Oh, oh, I smell it.
You're making me.
Yeah, being in the know is a good thing.
Know if your Social Security number is found on risky sites. Free from Discover.
Let's take a look at tonight's All-State, all-hands in play. Looking at hands in play.
Looking at David Sills, and he's got the size, he's got the hands to be.
Greer on the run, trying to pick it up on the scramble. I don't think he got there, but there is a flag down and a flag back at the 2-yard line. Greer tried to extend the football to the first down marker.
They're going to get a hold on Matt Jones, number 79. The center.
There's Matt Jones. Came in with 12 career snaps.
Holding. Offense. Number 79. Penalties declined. During the play, sideline warning on Virginia Tech. That's their first of the game. 4th down.
Heard a lot about the sideline warnings coming into this season.
And that last play, Steve, you saw Ricky Walker, number 8, the defensive tackle. Great penetration right off the snap. It's going to be a real problem in terms of the matchup. We knew coming into the game the interior offensive line was kind of the weakness of this offense for West Virginia. They're going to have to do a lot more doubling in the interior.
Billy Kinney take a step out of his own end zone. For Greg Stroman. Stroman the fair catch. And the Hokies will start this drive in Mountaineers territory. It's a punt of merely 33 yards.
Yeah, the field position has been flipped, and I go back to the punt by Bradburn, the true freshman, the hustle to get down there by the long snapper, Colton Taylor, and you come out and you get 3 and out on defense, and now you've set your offense up here in plus territory. All those little things, that's kind of that Beamer ball mentality.
And we'll see what Virginia Tech can do with it. Handoff to McMillan, and he is stopped for a loss.
And Brad Cornelsen, the offensive coordinator, is going to have to start throwing the ball down the field because Tony Gibson is teeing off in the run game.
2nd and 11 upcoming.
See a lot of checking from Josh Jackson. That shows you how much Justin Fuentes and this coaching staff trust him to get this team in the right play.
Hands it off. Al-Rashid Benton came up to make the tackle.
But I'll tell you what's happening, Steve. Okay, they're checking at the line of scrimmage, Brad Cornelsen and Jackson, and when he's checking, Tony Gibson is checking his defense. So he's one step ahead, even though they're trying to get the right play call. They went from a 2-deep defense there to a blitz that stoned that run play in the backfield. I mean, this is a chess game going on right now with Tony Gibson.
Gone 14 snaps now without a first down. Here's 3rd and 10. Going to waste this great field position. Josh Jackson up top. Says, I don't think so. Cam Phillips wins the battle, and the ball came out at the very end. You saw Mike Daniels waving no, incomplete. But I believe for now that's a catch.
I don't know how that wasn't a flag on top of it. Mike Daniels was all over Phillips. He's grabbed him by the helmet. Great catch from Cam Phillips. Virginia Tech needs to throw the ball up to him at least 8 or 10 times in this ballgame.
So finally a 3rd down conversion. They get great field position. And now Jackson with plenty of time. Out of the flat to Sean Savoy. And they go across the field for a gain of 3, and Kaiser White makes the stop. Coming up on 90 seconds left in this first half. 7-3 in favor of the Mountaineers.
I come right back to Cam Phillips, Steve. He's your best player. Expect one-on-one, man-to-man. Give him a chance.
Handed off to Peoples. Peoples is rocked down by Dylan Tonkery. Tonkery's first stop of the night. Bring up a 3rd down.
And it's pretty clear Tony Gibson is going to make Josh Jackson beat him. Not going to allow this run game for Virginia Tech to get on rhythm. Only 61 yards so far in this game, and Dana Holgerson's going to take a timeout here and set up some aggressive blitz potentially on defense.
7-3 with 51 seconds left as West Virginia uses their 2nd timeout of the half. Give us an opportunity to look back at what was a tremendous Saturday in college football. I mean, there really aren't any bad ones. They all seem to have greatness. And I know you enjoyed Michigan's win over Florida.
Well, I thought, you know, the narrative coming in was that, you know, 10 starters gone on defense, and they came out and they handled Florida.
We mentioned the tough news about Florida State. DeAndre Francois, their quarterback, lost for the season. It comes during a loss to #1 Alabama last night.
And Alabama was Alabama on defense. They were Alabama on special teams. I was more interested in what Brian Daboll was going to bring to that offense, in particular Jalen Hurts throwing the ball. They ran the ball well enough to win, but there's still room to grow there for them throwing the ball down the field with Jalen Hurts.
What does Florida State do now?
Yeah,
I think their roster of quarterbacks that's left has thrown a combined 19 collegiate attempts.
Yeah, it's J.J. Constantino. He's got 16 of them and then 2 freshmen. So it's going to be a tough road for Randy Sanders and Jimbo Fisher.
3rd and 10. 51 seconds to play in the half. Jackson on the move to his right. Pressure right in his face, and somehow he's able to squeeze it through. Able to complete to C.J. Carroll. You want to talk about a tight window.
That's a great throw, big time catch from Carroll. Great recognition to get past the sticks by Carroll, and perfectly thrown ball.
Brings up a 1st and goal now. And they'll hand it off to Peoples for 2. Hokies have 2 timeouts left. See if they use one there. And they do with 31 seconds left in the half.
I know that Justin Fuentes wants to establish that run game in the middle. Peoples is his sledgehammer, but there just has been no room to run inside the tackles. I think with these next 2 plays that they have inside the 10-yard line, they got to potentially get Josh Jackson out on the perimeter and throw the ball.
And this could be a pivotal spot, a real chance for Virginia Tech to get some momentum heading into the second half. And you know, we kind of expected a bit of a slugfest, old-time rivalry game, 2 outstanding defenses, and really inexperienced quarterbacks. You think about it, Greer having not played in a couple of years.
I think it's been a well-played game. Hadn't been a whole lot of penalties. We knew the defenses were going to be good. This game's going to come down to the 4th quarter, and it's going to come down to one of these quarterbacks making a play. And neither team has really had a whole lot of success running the ball. So it's going to be on the quarterback's shoulders in the end, as you would want it to.
Yes, just the way we would draw it up. I believe there's 1 turnover in the game so far, 1 penalty in the game to this point. So as you say, well played football game. Maybe a second flag earlier. 2nd down and goal. 31 seconds left. 3 receivers bottom of your screen.
Empty formation.
That's McMillan in motion. They fake it to McMillan. Here's Josh Jackson right up the middle for the score. Touchdown. Hokies take the lead.
They hadn't had a whole lot of success running between the tackles with the halfbacks, but this time they're going to use Josh Jackson. Look at Drayvon Askew Henry. He's the one that trails McMillan, and that's what opens up the lane for Josh Jackson. Well designed.
Got to block them. They're a good defense, you know, so we just got to hang in there, try to wear them out a little bit, and you know, get some momentum in the second half.
Thanks, Coach. All right, Todd, thank you. 10-7 is our score at halftime in favor of Josh Jackson and Virginia Tech. Kevin, Mac, and Booger, they're here in Maryland. You'll hear from them on the other side.
They say you don't choose the app chooses you.